Hi, my name's Hope Yoder, and I want to show you how to make registration marks for your t-shirt ruler. Here's a picture of the ruler, and here's the tote we made using the graphic t-shirt SVGs and CraftNCut. So in CraftNCut software, you're going to open your SVG file, and then you want to make sure it's grouped. So to do that, you can select it, right-click, and then choose Group. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn on the grid by right-clicking here, and select Show Grid. Now what we like to do, since everything is grouped, we want to center on the rulers or the grid. So select this icon and then choose Center to Rulers. Now we're going to select our artwork tool and we're going to drag and draw any size rectangle. And here you're going to change it to a different color. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm typing in red, find, and then click on red, and in the properties window I want to fill it with color and apply it. Now from here you can draw two more horizontal boxes, but instead we're going to go ahead and we are going to align this. So under our alignment tools, we're going to choose this button to align the graphic. Now I need two more. Make sure this is all grouped. So I have grouped the one registration mark in the center and the graphic with everything centered. Now I need to draw two more. And instead of starting over, I can use this shortcut to copy and paste at the same time, and then I'll rotate it, and then I'll drag that icon over to the left and right. But let's change it to a different color so that it'll be easier to group. Now it doesn't matter where you put your box. I've copied and I've pasted another box, and we're going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. And I just need these two green boxes to be aligned. So we're going to choose this alignment tool to get them aligned, and then we're going to group them by clicking here and choosing Group. Now we're going to select all items by clicking on all items, and then we want to go back to our centering icon, and we're going to open the drop-down menu and we're going to align these this way. So now everything is aligned horizontally and center. Now the last thing that we're going to do is group this by clicking there, and then we want to change everything to black because we're just going to print with one color of foil. So now that everything is aligned to the ruler, you can just kind of see that we've got it worked out perfectly. So select everything, change it to one color, and then I'm going to use Save to Cut. I'm going to choose my cutter and I'm going to choose Heat Transfer Vinyl. When I find that, I'll click Next, and CraftNCut is going to generate the settings, a video, and a template. And I'm going to go ahead and print the template and cut out my vinyl. And I've already done that here, and here's the template. And so the next thing is I'm going to add my Embellish vinyl weeding tool and my new ultimate tweezers to remove the negative of the heat transfer foil. So I'm going to get it started, take the tweezers to remove. I always start with the inside first, remove the little pieces, and then from a corner I will just remove the big bulk of the graphic. Now you'll want to save that heat transfer foil. You can use it for applique fabric, and we have another video to show you that. So once you have the registration marks aligned, here we go. So now that I have my graphic weeded and I have my heat transfer t-shirt ruler, which is not just made for t-shirt, I'm going to go ahead and tape the graphic with the sticky side facing away from the ruler. And I'm going to use this first mark and I'm going to center that. So we have the registration mark centered here, and the two horizontal lines will be centered elsewhere. So we'll go ahead and line this up, and we'll put a little bit of tape here. And notice these horizontal lines, I want to make sure they're on the same line angle. So it's centered here, and here I'm going to make sure it's the same on both sides. And then let me come back and show you how to center it on your tote bag. All right, so you want to make sure that the center line registration mark is aligned on your ruler, and then the horizontal line is aligned. Once you have it aligned and taped, you're going to remove the registration marks because we don't want to press those onto our tote bag or t-shirt. You're going to remove and discard them. Perfect. Now the sticky side of the graphic is facing the outside of the ruler, so I'm going to turn it over, and I have my tote bag or my t-shirt taped to a big Quilter Select cutting mat. And now what I'm going to do is see how I've got that aligned, the tote bag on a grid mark, and then I put a tape in the center of the tote bag, top, bottom, left, and right. And on the graphic, the center of the graphic is right about where that P is, the letter P. And so I'm going to want to make sure that's aligned with a little tape on the Quilter Select mat, and that the center is aligned on that center mark. So you can see I use tape as a little bit of marker on the cutting mat. Now once I make sure I've got those aligned in the area, the ballpark of the area, now I'm going to slide it left and right. And if you look on the bottom of my screen, I want to make sure that the number on the left and the right on the ruler is evenly spaced. So whatever number that is, you can double check yourself with another long ruler like I'm doing here, that I'm in the center. Looks great. So now I'm just going to slip my hand between the ruler and the graphic. Now remember, the other side of the graphic is sticky, so I'm going to push down, and I'm just going to kind of push the ruler off, and I'm going to go iron that. But I like to tape the graphic down because the carrier sheet isn't super sticky. So I'm going to tape it a little bit, and then I'm going to go to my iron. When you get to your ironing surface, remove that tape, and you're not going to iron back and forth. You're going to use a medium temperature iron. You want about 280 to 300 degrees. 295 is perfect. So that's a lower silk setting. Press up and down, use a little pressure for about 10 seconds in each place. You need to let this cool. Our foil is a cold peel, so to speed it up, I could rub the warm graphic on this wool pad or my ironing board just to remove a little bit of heat. Now it doesn't have to be stone cold, it can just be room temperature. So just cool it off a little bit, and then you're going to remove that clear carrier sheet that you pressed on, and remove it slowly. If the vinyl needs to be reapplied, simply put it down and iron it a little bit. Look at all that brilliant sheen from the metallic. Now I also like to turn my garment inside out and iron it from the wrong side to give it a little bit more press, and then I turn it right side out. Never touch your iron on the foil. So I'm going to cover the foil with the carrier sheet, and I'm going to just give it one more final press, and now I'm ready to go. If this was a t-shirt, I could wash and wear this and get several washes out of this.